stick around and watch this short informational video from Special Effect themselves.
My name's Paul and I have a spinal cord injury and I'm a tetraplegic. I was in Stanmore Hospital at the time, suffering with quite severe depression, and part of it was because of not being able to play games. My OT did some research and found Special Effect on the internet, and that's when you came in and you set me up with all sorts of different controllers and different types of buttons and showed me that there's still gaming to be done and that I can still play. A few years ago now, Special Effects set me up again with some more buttons and stuff, and now I can play Call of Duty, which I play online and play quite a lot with my brother and some of his friends, which is quite a big thing for us because it was something we would do all the time. So when we lost that, it impacted the two of us. It's changed both of our lives because we both enjoy it, and it's a brotherly thing. Special Effect are an amazing charity. They've helped me loads of times and they're continuing support. It's great. It's made a massive difference to my life. I literally wouldn't be able to play games with the ability that I can now without your help. My name's Paul and I have a spinal cord injury and I'm a tetraplegic. I was in Stanmore Hospital at the time.
Hello. Words and things. Hello? Check. 1, 2. That's coming through the speakers, isn't it? Because it's very loud. Yeah, okay. Is your voice coming through? Don't think yours is coming through yet.
Words and things? Oh my god, I can hear myself. That's great. Yeah, it does. Ah well.
Actually, hang on. Ladies and gentlemen of Insomnia, ladies and gentlemen watching on Twitch, it is the last run of the day, 3gotistical, playing Super Mario Odyssey in the any percent category. Remember, before I hand things over to 3gotistical, we are trying to raise money for the fantastic charity Special Effect. So far, we have managed to raise £169.69 at Insomnia 69, which is, of course, very funny. But let's try and push as hard as we can go on those donations. Exclamation mark donate in the chat, or if you are watching here live and in person, you can scan the barcode with your phones in the camera mode, and it will take you straight to our donation page. Absolutely fantastic. The modern technology that we live with today. 3gotistical, whenever you are ready, you can give me a countdown, I will begin the timer, and your run can begin.
Alright, cool. Hello everybody, I'm 3gotistical or egotistical on Twitch. I'll be doing a run of Super Mario Odyssey, game for the Nintendo Switch, released a couple of years ago. On my couch is Liam122221, that's 4 2s, and yeah, introduce yourself.
I'm Liam. I ran this game for a day and quit.
Yeah, so he knows a bit about the game. I guess without further ado we can get started. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so first thing you notice, 3go's playing on Chinese. That's because text scrolls faster in Chinese, so it saves time over the run.
Yeah, there's less characters in Chinese, so it means there's less text boxes. Saves, I don't know the exact value, but it's somewhere in between 10 and 30 seconds over the course of the run. So not entirely like a lot of time, but I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah, it's like an easy time save. But 3go's in Kingdom right now. It's just like a tutorial level, really. There's not really too much to say about it.
So I'm going to be starting with the spin pound, which you're essentially going to spin Mario, and then you're going to ground pound, and you're going to use the motion controls to shake. Rolling's utilized a lot in this game. Oh, I've already messed up. Nice. Rolling's utilized a lot in this game because it's the fastest method of movement, and the best way in a lot of scenarios to start off is to do a spin pound. Can be kind of tricky in some scenarios, though. Cutscene here to load the bridge. One thing you'll notice about this game, there are a lot of cutscenes, but there's also a lot of gameplay, so hopefully during any of the longer cutscenes we can get some donations read out, or whatever needs to be said, it can be said. So this is the first instance of the capturing mechanic being used. This is sort of like the unique mechanic to this game. Mario's cap is essentially sentient and can be thrown at certain other sentient objects to transform into them, and obviously they all have different abilities that we can use to our advantage. So that was just sort of like a tutorial section for the whole capture mechanic. We're going to go up to the first sort of boss now.
Yeah, this boss is really easy. You just have to jump on him 3 times.
Watch me mess it up now that you've said that.
You probably will. Just kidding, I believe.
So, I'm going to get rid of his hat, jump on his head, and then wait. And I've already messed it up. Thanks, Liam. Blame Liam.
You're welcome.
Alright. Didn't lose too much time from that because I knew where he was. My camera is misangled, but it's fine. Yeah, he's a very trivial boss at the start, but once we get to Bowser's Kingdom, he can be a bit more of a pain.
Yeah, and that's Kingdom done.
Yeah, pretty much just a tutorial level. Things are going to get quite a bit harder from here on out. Bit of cutscening, maybe about 20-ish seconds. So if you want to say anything, then feel free to. And if not, then we can just sit in silence. Silence it is. So, how's everyone's day going? Hope you're all doing well.
It's going alright, not gonna lie. Alright, yeah, about halfway through this level, 3go's gonna possess a dinosaur, and we're gonna use a trampoline to skip most of the level.
Possess a dinosaur, nice way of putting it.
It's true, but first we've got to possess a change on.
Yeah, I like the word possess, makes it sound haunted. So that's the first moon captured. For any of you who've played SM64 or Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy even, you'll notice that a lot of the 3D Mario games have a sort of object to collect, usually like stars. I know in Super Mario Sunshine it's shines. In here it's moons. So over the course of the run we're going to be collecting, I believe, 124 of them over 14 different kingdoms. Or 13. Something like that. I did a triple to the left there, which for some reason loads this cutscene earlier than going to the right, which is slightly counterintuitive, but who knows. And now we're going to do a triple jump up to the dinosaur and hopefully get Dino Skip. If I don't get it, then I'm just going to look quite sad. Because it's not the hardest of skips, but there we go. Nice. And dive to the boss. Now, just a heads up, I'm really not good at this boss. I ran this game for quite a while, and I still can't do it. We're going to be collecting coins here, because as you'll see in a later kingdom, I do sort of need to have 100 coins by a certain time. Oh, I actually got it. That's kind of surprising. Marathon luck, I guess. And then we're going to go back here, rope happy, wait for the chain jump to extend. This never happens in runs, I have to say, because I am very bad at this. But surprisingly, it's happened in the marathon, so that's that boss dealt with. We're going to get a multi-moon from this, which is essentially 3 moons in one. Usually, in the sort of like main story progression of the game, like major bosses and other sort of events give multi-moons, and they offer an extra long cutscene, which is good for speedrunning. I'm going to take a sip of water. Liam, if you want to say anything, then feel free.
Mario's nose has physics when he gets moons.
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, more you know, interesting fact. So we need one more moon before we can power up the Odyssey, which is how we're going to be travelling about the kingdoms. And there's one on a cliff to the left of us. So we're going to do a spin pound and hopefully triple jump up there. So once you get up on there, grab that moon, and then I'm going to spin pound off this cliff. Use the right bumper to reset my camera, or I'm just going to swing around, either works. And then you'll see I did a motion, well, maybe you didn't, but I did a motion control throw there, so I sort of threw my controller to the left. That gives you sort of like a spin throw, and in a lot of instances it means that you can capture certain objects faster, like the globe on the Odyssey, and a couple other things. More cutscening. This game has a lot of cutscenes, I'm afraid. And a lot of them that we can skip. So that's not Cap Kingdom, Cascade Kingdom done. On to Sand next, which is like the first major kingdom. And Liam, if you could explain the whole bird fiasco.
Alright, so Frigo's going to try and catch a cycle on a bird that like flies around in like a circle, I think? It's like around the
It's sort of a
star
circle,
level,
it has like a pattern that it flies in.
And sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. Sometimes you get it first try, sometimes you miss it entirely and look like a fool. But
Yeah. Hopefully we don't.
yeah.
So this includes the cutscenes. So we have to skip these cutscenes as fast as possible. As you saw that cutscene there, the birds like started on the cycle. That cutscene there, the bird's on the cycle. The bird is currently frozen. If you can see in the very like middle left, there is a bird, and we're going to try and catch that. So I'm going to roll over to this umbrella, dive on top of it, long jump across here, and I'm going to grab this moon first because we do get there a tiny bit early. There is a backup if we somehow fail to get this moon. Whoops. I dived back into the moon a little bit early there, so I can just do a backflip and grab it. So the backup would be, if we miss the cycle, we're going to go into this tube, which would usually be the third moon. We do this 1 second, the bird cycle would reset, and then we just wait for the bird to come along. It can lose a bit of time, but at least there's a backup. It's good to know. Don't know why I spin pounded into that, because it was actually slower, but yeah. This next moon can be a pain sometimes, so we're going to roll up this hill that you see in front of us, and as you saw, the bird cycle reset. And somewhere in this sand, I believe it's about here, yeah, nice, there's a moon. But sometimes you can ground pound the wrong spot, and then you're just stuck ground pounding for a very long time. Going to do a triple jump up this hill to get on top of this icicle, do a backflip on the icicle, and then get up to this archway to grab the next moon. And then we're going to spin pound off this archway to the left. I don't know why I cancelled that. And do a triple jump up here. The next moon that we're going to grab is in this little alcove here. And then I'm going to do a really cool jump up an icicle. Because, I don't know, it looks cool. And it saves time. Nice. So this next moon's in the crate. It's going to try and run away from us. But thankfully we can chase it. Dive over and grab the moon. I should probably let my commentator talk more so I can focus on gameplay. So Liam, take the reins.
I think it's the next moon. 3go's gonna like get a bullet bill and like crash into a wall and skip like a little animal thing that you ride across.
Okay, I don't know why I uncaptured the bullet bill during that, but thankfully I was able to back it up. Going to do another spin pound off that hill, and we're going to roll over to some luggage. And as you can see in the distance, there is a glowing spot there, and that is going to contain a moon, which is convenient. From here, we're going to head back to the ruin section. And there is a sort of sinking sand section where another moon is hiding. As you can see over here, there's a sort of like abnormality in the wall rather, and we can just sink under it and then spam jump so that we don't die. Grab that moon and come back out the pipe.
Yeah, I think the moon I was on about earlier is coming up right now. He's going to get a bullet bill and like crash into a wall and then wall jump off it and do another dive.
Got this one to do first, hidden rock, but then, yeah, we're going to do Jaxie skip, which is, Liam can explain it as he already kind of was.
Yeah, you just run into a wall jump and then like dive, and then if you're good enough at the game you can like jump on top of the wall and skip like a bit of the level. Or the kingdom.
Nice.
There you go.
And we're going to grab those coins there for that later moon which I was talking about. So in Wooded Kingdom, which is a little bit later on, there is a moon that we have to buy from a shop, and hopefully we have 100 coins by the time we get there. So we have more than enough, and there's a kingdom after this before Wooded, which we can get more coins if necessary, but thankfully we have enough. Next moon is going to be underneath a cactus, because sure, why not? And the last two moons are going to be in this sort of oasis slash sanctuary that's been frozen over. One thing you'll notice is that as per the storyline progression of the game, Sand Kingdom, which you would imagine would be very hot, is actually frozen over everywhere. Which, who knows?
Why is that? I've never understood why it's frozen.
To be honest, I never played the actual story of the game enough to, whoops.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, that's not good. I'll go for this one again. If I don't get it right now, I might be able to back it up. Oh, I backed it up. Nice. I wasn't supposed to fall off the tree there, but I did. That is my least favourite moon in the entire game, I'm pretty sure, because the hitboxes of these trees can be pretty finicky. So we're going to head back to the Odyssey now, and that's pretty much Sand Kingdom done, but more cutscenes. So once again, if anything needs to be said backstage, please say so. If not, then I know me and Liam can have a conversation.
We have had a £5 donation from an anonymous user. They did not leave a comment, but remember, if you do want to donate yourself, you can by in the audience, or I suppose on your own PC, scanning the QR code on the screen with your mobile phone's camera, or !donate in the chat will bring out the donation link. We're trying to raise money for the fantastic special effect. They are here at Insomnia. If you are and you'd like to check them out, you really should, because they're an absolutely brilliant charity helping disabled gamers play the games that they like to play. So please do donate if you can.
All right, thank you very much. On to Lake Kingdom now. This is a significantly shorter kingdom than the last. We're going to start off by grabbing a moon here, and then we're going to do a specific jump up a wall so we can get to the top part of the kingdom. Well, it's not too specific. You just do a cat dive, wall jump, and then cat dive. So I'm going to use... Okay, maybe not. I wasn't supposed to up throw there, but motion controls can be pretty finicky. Thankfully, there's a backup. So I'm just going to dive over here and capture this zipper. It unlocks this sort of another alcove area, I suppose. And there's a moon back here. Top level runners do a thing called a lake clip here. I have no idea how to do it, but it's a faster route for lake, which means that you don't have to do the boss that we're about to do. So shout outs to people who are actually good at this game. So if it would let me, I'm going to capture this fish, grab another moon. Good thing about fish is that they can breathe underwater, so we don't have a sort of time limit as to how long we can stay underwater before we start to lose lives. We're going to grab a moon off of Dory's back, and then there is going to be one last sort of level moon hidden in this pillar. Going to use motion controls to shake, and then grab it. We probably won't see the fish much again until Seaside Kingdom, which we will use it for a specific clip. So I'm going to do a jump up the wall there and into the boss arena. Okay. I might go for this again. Oh no, backed it up. Never mind. Alright. Something I can do here, so I need to be in a sort of kind of close to it, and then I can just do a backflip. So there is like a full fast way to do that boss, which is sort of like the last movement that I did there, but 3 times in a row. I sort of messed up the middle movement, but it's okay because we still managed to beat the boss relatively fast, and we're grabbing another multi-moon, so we can leave this kingdom. More cutscenes, yeah. I'm taking another drink of water.
It's wooded next row.
Yeah.
If you've got a cutscene, does that mean we've got time for another donation?
Yes, because that cutscene's ended, but we've got more cutscenes coming up, so feel free.
Brilliant. Well, Hypnotics gave a £5 donation saying time against clock. Hello.
Shout outs to Hypnotics. He's a good friend of mine. That's a copy pasta from a community that I'm in. So shout outs to Jail. Don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it sounds.
Jail's goated.
Yeah, got a lot of nice people in there. We have a lot of fun. And yeah, that's Lake Kingdom done. Now we're on to Wooded, which can be the best or it can be the worst. Oftentimes it's the best. I quite enjoy it. More cutscene skipping.
So Frigo's going to go shopping in this kingdom as well, going to buy a moon.
Yeah, I fancy getting some new trainers.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there is a Nike outlet near here.
We should do nipple percent.
Yeah, there is a category in this game, fun fact, called nipple percent. Basically, you collect a certain amount of coins, go to the shop inside. What am I doing? I forgot to get the first 2 moons. Okay, so we're going to grab this rock, throw it at a bunny. Sorry, bunny. Come here. Come here. There we go. So that is going to defeat the bunny, grab a moon, and then we're going to hold Y, which simultaneously throws the rock and captures another rock, which breaks the original rock to get a moon. And then we're going to go back and grab this one. But yeah, as I was saying, nipple percent is a run where you grab coins and then buy the Mario in a bathing suit costume in Sand Kingdom as fast as possible, so that you can see Mario's nipples. Very funny. But yeah, we can buy a moon in pretty much any kingdom for 100 coins, and this is one where it's convenient to do so, because the backup moon, which is used in a more advanced route, it saves a bit of time. Well, it loses a bit of time, rather, but the advanced route saves time over the beginner route, obviously, because reasons. So I'm going to get up here, just ignore that fibro. That wasn't going to work. I wasn't close enough to the edge. Okay, that should work, and there's a moon up here. I'm going to go for something called Nut Clip, just because I'm bored. Does that work? Might do.
I don't know, I've never done it.
Nah. Shame. But it's a very kind of small frame window. I believe it's like 3 or 4. And there's a jump that you can do that allows you to clip out of bounds, which is basically the more advanced route. I wasn't going to do the advanced route, but I just thought it'd be cool to show off if I didn't get it. So we're going to capture this thing. I have no idea what it is, and I still haven't figured it out. It's like some weird lettuce it's like a sentient lettuce cabbage onion thing. That's what I call it.
That's a good way of putting it, to be fair.
I'm going to use the sentient lettuce slash cabbage slash onion to grab another moon, which is up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuts in this level, by the way. that hold moves.
And then I am going to do a long jump across here. So if you fall down there, you go into deep woods. Nobody wants to go into deep woods. It loses a lot of time.
Are you going to do it?
And now I'm going to go back down here, but you noticed I grabbed the checkpoint. Liam, explain things. Thanks.
Alright, so 3go's going to like go back up to that checkpoint in a sec, and he's going to like spin pound and do the spin start. And roll and then jump on the railing, which is really small, and like jump, and like you can skip this like entire like flower road section, which saves about 2 seconds, but it looks really cool.
It looks really cool, but it doesn't save much time at all. I think I'm going to go for it once, and then if I don't get it, then who knows. Okay. I'm really not that good at this section, as you can tell. Get me up. Okay, so that's those 2 moons done. Convenient thing about moons is when you grab one, it regenerates your health. So, and we're going to walk back up to that checkpoint that we just got, and overall that saves 1 loading zone, which is a little bit of time. We got 2 more moons to grab until I do the flower road skip, which I hope I can do, because it'd be cool to show off in a marathon. I might be able to. I'll give it 1 shot, and if not, I don't want to lose too much time. So I'll just die and take the flower road. So there's quite a lot of moons in nuts around Wooded. So nope, didn't mean to bonk into that wall. Shout outs to nuts. I don't like nuts, but some people do. And this is a story moon because it unlocks the next section of the game. A lot of times you'll see single story moons as opposed to the multi-moons we encountered earlier. It just loses time, really. It's just more cutscenes. It's not convenient for speedrunners, but adds to the story of the game, I guess. Alright. I'm gonna go back to about here. Oh.
Come on, you can do it. I believe. Oh.
Alright, I'll go for it again because I didn't die there. Oh.
Is that good? Is that good enough?
Yes!
Oh, there you
Nice.
go. Congratulations.
And there's a moon up here, which we can get. And then we're going to go into that thing. I mean, I'm pointing at my screen, but nobody who's watching the Twitch stream can actually see that. We're going to go into this sort of tower over here. We don't need to use the other flower road because you can just jump down. Do triple up here. Okay, never mind. Apparently my triple didn't work because I was on a sort of curved thing, therefore I changed my direction. Triple jumps don't work when you change your direction, but as soon as you get the 3rd jump in a triple jump, you can change your direction, which is used in some instances. This can be quite finicky. I'm essentially having to use a ledge to hop up there. I nearly got it there. There we go. So I'm like walking out of a ledge and then walking back in on that same ledge at a sort of relatively specific time so that I can get back up on the same ledge. It's confusing, but it saves a bit of time over having to wait for the road again. You're supposed to take the stairs. Nobody likes stairs. They're tiring. This boss is usually trivial. It's a lot of the bosses in this game are just sort of jump on the hat, jump on the head, as seen in the other 2 rather. This is the 3rd that we've seen so far. Bosses that we've seen so far. And that's the boss done. If anything needs to be read out, then feel free, because we have more cutscenes. This game is just riddled with them, if you will. And if not, then I can tell you all that I've had way too much caffeine. Shoutouts to caffeine. Keeps you awake.
Shoutouts to Sonic G Fuel.
Yeah, Sonic peach ring flavoured G Fuel.
Don't care what anyone says, that drink is horrible.
I quite liked it.
No, it's terrible, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, there's a G Fuel stand over there for anyone who's at the event. Skipping more cutscenes. And then we are off to more kingdoms. Or at least we're supposed to be off to Metro, but I guess you'll see. I have to say, one thing that I really don't like about doing like regular speedruns of this game is just the sheer amount of cutscenes. Like, it's a really fun game, but there are too many cutscenes.
It's really satisfying as well, like the movement. When you get the movement down, or if you watch like top level people play the game,
Yeah.
like everything looks really satisfying.
Yeah, it's probably one of, if not the most satisfying movement scheme that I've had, like I've experienced in a speedrun.
Yeah, and this game has like a really high skill ceiling as well, so like the top level people would do strats that like me or Frigo just won't dream of doing yet.
Yeah. Shout outs to Tyrone in Italy. He's absolutely insane at this game.
Right, this is just luck the boss.
Yeah.
Good luck the boss.
Good luck the boss. Right, so
Dr. Robert.
hopefully I can do fast. Nice. So that's the first hit done fast. Usually that hat gets thrown out, then we have to capture it and chase Bowser around. But if you do a specific set of rolls at the start from when the cutscene gets skipped, you can do that one fast. And I'm going to do these next two relatively fast if I can. So fun fact, if you hold Y on a capture object, it stays there until you want it to, so we're going to come up to Bowser before we capture it, which means that he can't run off, because we'll start hitting him before he runs off. He's going to throw even more hats this time, so this one can be a little tricky, but with any luck, it should be fine. Just going to avoid the other hats, grab that one, and hold Y, come over here. So basically, once we're on that slope, it's pretty much alright to uncapture. And that's the first of two Bowser. Oh no.
Low battery.
Oh no. I do have backup controllers and I do have a charging plug. So if at any point in this run the battery dies, we have backup options.
Bro, you charged it for like 6 hours.
I did charge it for a very long time. It's still low battery somehow. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Hopefully it should last about another 40 or so minutes. Maybe a bit longer.
Hopefully. Just get world record right now.
Yeah, as you do. Liam, explain meme tree.
Meme tree. This is actually kind of hard. I'm gonna be honest. You want to like jump off here, do a cat jump, and then jump over here. He did it first try.
Yeah, as you do.
After I say it's hard.
That's because you suck.
Yeah.
I'm very nice to my friends, as you can tell.
You suck too, man.
But yeah, basically, there is a bird that goes off and steals Cappy. Why did I do that? There's a bird that goes off and steals Cappy, so you have to get it back before being able to progress through this kingdom. But by doing that skip, we're essentially gone round the back end of the kingdom. Sounds a bit weird. We've gone round the other way of the kingdom, which means that the bird doesn't recognize that we're here because it only triggers in certain locations. And we're going to grab moons. Then we're going to annoy the bird so that it doesn't trigger. So the bird's pretty much active now, which means that even if we go down there, it can't trigger. There's a moon on this tree. Usually I get the one on the tree before I annoy the bird. I don't actually know why I got the bird first, but sure. Now we're going to sort of somewhat manipulate this grabby shooty thing to shoot Cappy at a sort of specific angle. That didn't work. We want it so that it sort of skims the side of this back block here, so that it unlocks that moon, and then we grab the one down here, and as we're on the way back, we grab that one. It's just faster that way. 2 more moons in this kingdom. I'm going to see if I can spin pound that. No, because it didn't register my spins. Nice. So just one last moon to get. This one can be annoying.
Yeah, it's under a bridge, so like you can die before you hit the moon as well.
Okay, cool. Alright, you got it. So basically what we want to do is go under that bridge so that we grab that moon and then we deliberately die, because that's going to warp us back to the Odyssey where we started, because we hadn't grabbed any checkpoints. And then that's Lost Kingdom done. And now we're on to probably my least favourite kingdom in terms of difficulty, which is Night Metro.
This is good luck level 2.
Yeah, this is worse than Lost. This is very difficult. At least for me. Some people find it easy, who knows.
Yeah, there's like a big caterpillar where you can like 2-cycle it. Sometimes...
But motion controls can be awkward.
But like, I don't know how many cycles it is, but I think like most of the time you get 3 cycles, but sometimes you can kill it in 2 cycles.
Yeah. If you're good at this game, then you'll quite frequently get 2 cycles. And some people, like, I saw Tyrone doing a stream a while back where they found like a manipulation for the cycles, or like they were figuring out a manipulation for the cycles, which essentially means you can kill the boss even faster than 2 cycles. Not necessarily 1 cycle, but like a fast 2 cycle as opposed to a regular 2 cycle.
Yeah, 3go's going to go out of his way to get a few moons in this kingdom as well, because after this, like, Night Kingdom becomes Day Metro. Not Night Kingdom. Night Metro becomes Day Metro, so like, it carries over.
That's right.
There we go. Congratulations.
I'm going to do a triple off that vent, and then jump up here. There's a sort of line in the floor that I use visual key for that. Jump up the awning and grab that moon. Then I'm going to do a long jump off this ceiling, which allows us to skip climbing up those stairs. So roll over here, do another motion capture. That was a tad late, so I didn't capture exactly how I did. I'm going to skip that moon for now, because as you'll see, there's a faster way to get it in Day Metro, and then I'm going to concentrate. Oh, nearly got it. I was slightly too far to the right. There's a cycle there that you can catch that requires some relatively precise movement. There's a sort of faster way that you can do it, but the name for it is tad inappropriate, so I'll just call it Goomba Kill. Let's go with that.
Wait, I don't even know the name for it.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So Night Metro movement is annoying sometimes. There's a moon in the chest over here. What some people can do, but okay, didn't want that to happen. What some people can do is off this platform here, they can do a long jump, but I'm going to go around the safe way and lose like 5 to 10 seconds. Mainly just because I'm scared of falling all the way down. And this is a marathon run, so marathon equals safety. I sort of did a spin pound and then immediately cancelled it there to grab that checkpoint, which will become necessary later. And I'm probably about to mess up the worst boss in this game, but hopefully not. This one is being annoying. So I did sort of, okay, please work, there we go.
Bro.
Don't judge me, it's a difficult boss. Usually what you want to do is, you notice how it stops moving a first time because it stops around here. That's convenient for getting this cycle done in like the fastest amount possible, pretty much. But I can figure something out. Basically, we're going to aim it at this building here on this third cycle, so that it goes on this building. It's just the easiest place to hit it. With any luck, we'll 2-cycle it. If we don't, it doesn't matter, because this is a marathon run. Marathon runs are for fun. Okay. Sometimes it does this thing where you controls like lock up. And that can be really annoying. Okay.
Well, you
got it. Nice. So that can be kind of finicky to do sometimes, depending on what pattern you get. But I got a 2-cycle, so that's fast and that's good. And that's Night Metro done, which is a relief because I thought that was going to go badly, and it didn't. More cutscenes. Anything to read out? Take that as a no. But please do get your donations in, if you can. It's going towards a great charity, so yeah. If you can spare the money, then please do. And now for Day Metro. Skipping more cutscenes here, and then Liam can explain things while I do Day Metro, I guess.
Alright, there's a moon that 3go's going to get where you have a scooter and you're going to like tilt to the left and that you can clip inside this cage. And
I'm not going to do it that way, Liam.
Oh,
It's
you're not
too
gonna?
difficult.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Ignore me. Oh wow, you pro.
Yeah, so basically I hold Y to leave Cappy there, so that I can immediately capture the rail to get down. This is the moon that Liam was talking about just a second.
Yeah, you can use that scooter like at the entrance of this
This
and
is
like just tilt into the
such
cage.
an annoying moon to do.
Yeah, it is really annoying.
Casual players may know that. I lost about 6-7 seconds there, but it's alright.
Yeah, that car like controls like terribly.
Oh.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah. Bonking in this game is annoying because it loses like 2 to... Oh, I've never done that before. It loses like 2 to 3 seconds per bonk because the bonk animations are long. So we're going to land on this bench and talk to a guy. He's kind of sad, so we're going to cheer him up by talking to him, and he gives us a moon in return. And I'm going to fling myself over here and come to this crate. Grab this moon. I didn't spin enough there, hence why I bonked, because I was trying to do a spin pound. I'm going to drive through here, or not. And then fling myself over here and carry... Okay, I bonked. Usually, you carry that momentum through to get to Pauline, who's standing over here. We're going to talk to her, and she's going to ask us to collect 4 musicians for a festival.
You got to get a band together right now.
Yeah, and we only get 2 of them, because apparently we don't like guitarists and we don't like trumpet players, I think it is.
I don't know, to be honest. Isn't one like a violin player?
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't played this game in like...
I haven't played it casually. Okay,
Oh,
that's
nice.
awkward. I haven't played it casually in such a long time, so I can't actually remember very well what the 4th musician is.
I think one's on a roof somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got up there.
There's a moon inside the ruins of the Mecha Wiggler that we just fought, and then here's the bassist, which we are going to talk to. I love the amount of cutscenes in this game, it's great. So we're going to immediately load up our map and teleport to the checkpoint. The checkpoint that we grabbed just before doing the boss in Night Metro now warps us back to here, which is just sort of like a cleaned up version of where we were. We're going to come around here and do a long jump off this, cap dive, and we see this garbage can that apparently has a moon in it. And then we're going to dive down here, because this is the moon that we didn't grab earlier. It's just more faster rather, and more convenient to grab that moon when it's day metro. Metro. I'm good at climbing this tower. And then we're going to climb up all the way to the top of knockoff Empire State Building and grab a moon that's up here. That is not supposed to happen. Yeah, nice. I can fix this. So you see the moon that I'm going for, and grab it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Managed to back it up. And if we do a ground pound about here, there is a hint art Luigi thing, and that's going to give us 200 coins, because in the next kingdom we're going to buy another shot moon for the sake of convenience.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm going to come down here, roll into this building, and this next moon's on a sort of cycle. So we're going to roll down the side if we can, and just like avoid all these people who are supposed to be in your way. Grab that moon, and then if we turn around, there's a sort of somewhat secret bit that you can climb up if you bounce off that awning, bounce off that one, and just sort of throw yourself with these. That didn't happen. Nice. Okay, bit of time loss. I'm gonna go back and get it because we do need it. Nothing to see here. I don't know why I thought it was an appropriate idea to just roll through it when I know you have to jump. There we go. We're going to walk back to the Odyssey, and that's Day Metro done. So I'd say we're about halfway-ish through the game now.
Is it Seaside next?
Hmm?
Is it Seaside Kingdom next?
No. Snow, then Seaside.
Oh yeah, you can choose, yeah.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4... We've got 6 kingdoms left, I believe. Unless my math is not mathing. But anyway, the next kingdom's Snow Kingdom. It's very cold. I mean, you wouldn't guess that. It's Snow Kingdom. You'd expect it to be 35 degrees and sunny. More cutscene skipping because who knows? Liam, got anything to say?
There is a strat at the start of this where like you can jump on like the Odyssey and do another cap jump, and then you can get like this chest moon.
It's called Snowdram, and it's very difficult, and you actually do it at the end. But, yeah. Forgive Liam, it's been a while since he's run this game.
Oh wait, do you do it?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind.
I can't do Snowdram, it's very difficult. I'm going to talk to Toad, who's hiding in a hole. Toad in the hole. Sorry. But yeah, that's Toad in the hole for you. We're going to grab that moon, and then we're going to go back over here, because as you can see, there's a sort of glowing beam that's guiding us as to where we want to go. We're going to climb up this wall, and then dive in this hidden hole. Oh, or bonk the wall. And this is going to take us to an underground section, which is where everybody lives, because it's too cold outside. So in other words, welcome to North Scotland. Here's the shop moon that we were going to buy. We have enough coins for it. It's just for the sake of convenience, because the shop is right here. I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. It's like some sort of... It's like a seal.
Snowman gone wrong.
It's a it's got like a seal's face.
Oh yeah, it's a seal.
Yeah, but it's like
I realised that.
a ball-shaped seal, I guess. We're gonna bounce off this trampoline and then do a... Okay, maybe not. Don't throw me down there. Thank you. That's what we're supposed to do. That allows us to climb all the way up here without having to go the long way. Grab a moon in the chest. Please don't die on me, controller. I'm begging you.
You're fine. You got Joy-Cons.
I mean, yeah, but it's harder to run on Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, alternatively, I can plug it in. It'll make some of the movement a little bit harder because I'll have the cable weighing me down. It's alright. We're going to go into this room now that has these big clouds that blow wind at you. It can be annoying because you often fall off things. We're going to come up here. There is a secret moon hidden top here. You see X marks the spot. Sorry, I didn't mean to bonk my mic there. Please. Long jump. And then we're going to capture this fella. And because we control his wind now, which let's get down to this right. Please don't do that. We're going to knock all of these spinies off, and then that one decided to stay, so I tried to knock it off with my hat. It hit me. Oh well. And that's both the moons for this room done. We have 3 more moons to do in this kingdom. And then we go to Seaside Kingdom, which is actually interesting because it has a glitch.
Yeah, there's not many glitches in this run. At least not what 3go does anyway.
There is a relatively recently discovered clip that you can do in Sand Kingdom that saves about 6 seconds, I want to say. But it requires like quite a significant reroute of the kingdom, or reroute. I don't know how you say it. There we go. So we're going to capture these Goombas because there is a platform over there that requires us to have precisely 4 Goombas. And I played it safe there because sometimes if you motion jump, which is faster, but it's harder to control, so you often fall off. I'm going to press this button. It's going to open... It's going to open this alcove and we grab a moon. And then there's one more moon that we're going to grab in this sub-area. Notice how there's a sort of staircase up there that you go. Yeah, we're just going to skip that because usually there's a whole section that you have to do to take the Goombas and then put it on a platform that drops an icicle so you can get across. But the Mario Odyssey devs didn't realise that we've been given such a wide selection of movement that you can just jump across that gap anyway. Or maybe they did realise it, but anyway, it saves time. And then we just got one more moon to do in this kingdom before more cutscenes. So we're going to go to the boss arena as though we were going to do the boss, but we're not going to do the boss because we don't want to. So that wooden peg unlocks like a typhoon thingy that blows you up to the boss. Instead we're going to go to this hidden moon and grab that instead, because then we can just walk back to the Odyssey and we have enough moons to move on, so we don't have to do the boss. cutscenes, because who doesn't like cutscenes? Yeah. Liam, tell us an interesting fact about yourself.
I had the Little Big Planet world record, and then I got bodied.
Yeah. Liam
hard.
was a former world record holder for Little Big Planet, so any fans of Little Big Planet, there you go. Moving on to Seaside Kingdom. Of course, more cutscenes first, because what can you do?
Alright, so Seaside Kingdom, this is where 3go's going to get like a fish and then put it to the edge of the level and then ungrab it, go back a bit and then go back to the fish and I think you can clip under the level.
Yeah, sort of like to the side of the level
Yeah.
and then back underneath it.
And that saves a bit of time as well. I'm not sure how much it saves, but it's a significant amount, I think.
It's a bit of time, yeah. So we're going to grab a moon atop that hill and then immediately run down the hill, because why not? Well, it's a cliff, rather. And then we have another hidden sands moon, like we did in, like hidden treasure. Okay, that happened. Like a hidden treasure moon that we had similar to in Sand Kingdom. And then there's going to be a really awkward moon, which is coming up, because this area, it's supposed to be like a 2D style area, so it's kind of hard to figure out like what depth you're at, as you can see there.
Yeah, it's like a 2D area, but you still have 3D movement.
Yeah. We got the moon, it's fine. And then we are gonna go over to this underwater hole, I guess. Grab this fish. Welcome back, fish. Cheap Sheep, rather. That's the official name. And most of the, in fact all of the moons that we're doing from now on are going to be underneath the water. But it's a good thing that we have the fish. Whoops. Because it means that we can do all these without having to go up for air. Because, as many people know, fish can breathe underwater. So one thing you'll notice, if I press B and Y simultaneously, I'll get a boost forward. Because I believe, yeah, if you press B, you go up, and if you press Y, you go down, and you hold it for however long you need. But if you press both of them at the same time, you get these little boosts, which can be convenient. There's a little hidden moon, another one in the ground here. And then we'll see Dory again, who has a moon underneath her. And then 3 more moons to get, 2 of which involve fish clip. But this next moon doesn't. This one's a little bit interesting for casual players. Because, I mean, maybe some people figured it out, but it can be a bit of a strange one to figure out. Anyway, here goes nothing. It's not the hardest clip to get, but knowing me, probably going to mess it up. That probably won't work. Yeah, worth a shot. Okay, I'm going to try and get a better lineup. That's a tad better. There we go.
There you go.
So we clipped out of bounds, and now we're going to grab 2 moons out of bounds. This one is finicky, because we want to grab it while we're still out of bounds by using the fish motion control, and we don't want to clip back in bounds. But now that we're out of bounds, we can go into that loading zone and grab this treasure moon, which you would usually have to talk to like an underwater Egyptian like sphinx thing, and it asks you a question, you have to get the right answer, and then it lets you in, and that loses time. And that's Seaside done. So we have quite a long kingdom coming up next, and then we have a short kingdom, which is just a boss fight, then an even longer kingdom, and then it's the final kingdom of the game.
Yeah, the next kingdom is my favourite, like aesthetically, and just speedrunning wise as well. It's really satisfying if you get all the stuff right.
Yeah, it can be very satisfying.
But it's also very hard, I'd say.
Any fans of cutscenes? I know I'm not. I know I've mentioned it a million times.
You don't even need the Mario movie anymore. You just have to play Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, don't need the Mario movie when you have a game that's so heavily invested or infused with cutscenes, or I don't know, some word to that effect. that you don't really need to do a lot of playing. I'm going to do a ground pound jump up here, and then do a wall jump off that wall, so that we can get up to this salt mound pretty fast. There is a thing that you can do called salt triple, which can be very finicky to do. Basically, from the very starting area, you do a triple jump up a very sort of close to the wall pile of salt, which allows you to do the same thing that I did, but just faster. Gonna jump across this moat of goo if it lets us. Whoops. And then we're going to grab that moon. The next moon's going to be another boss moon, featuring our purple friend Spira, who we saw in Wooded Kingdom. He's back, and he's still as easy as ever.
Yeah, by this point in the game, like, you're going to start rematching, like, earlier bosses.
Yeah.
But they're slightly harder, I think.
This one's pretty much the same, but once we get to Bowser's Kingdom, you'll see two bosses which, well, one of them we haven't seen yet, because we skipped it in Sand Kingdom, and one of them was from the very first level in the game, Cat Kingdom, the green fella. And they both have sort of improved attacks, if you will. So another story moon there. More cutscenes. Who doesn't love a good cutscene? So if you play this game casually, you'll know that there's like a lot more to each kingdom, but the whole basis of the speedrun is that we're skipping as much of the story progression specifically as we can, mainly because of how many cutscenes there are in it. So we grab that moon in the sub-area that's hiding, and then we're going to do a backflip and use a bit of terrain on that wall to get up to a fork, capture the fork and fling ourselves up, and then we're going to do some jumps to get up this mounting at the back here. And grab this moon here. And then we're going to fall back down to grab some more moons. We can do a motion control shake here, if it lets me, to grab the moon that's in that crate there. It's going to fling up to the top of this platform where we are, and then we can grab the moon.
That.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I got a wire for your controller.
Oh, thank you. I've got one down there. But it's
Yeah, no, but I didn't know if you had one.
Yeah, it's convenient that we've got one on hand because I don't want to have to get it out of the bag. So thank you. Throw a golden turnip into some soup. Moon comes out. The logic of this game is interesting. And then there's another moon hiding on top of this pillar. And then we are going to spin pound off this pillar and vector down. Or, you know, just not throw the cap. Okay. Let's just chill for a second. There we go. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I forgot to long jump, which is what you're supposed to do there. But thankfully, as I mentioned earlier, when you grab a moon, your lives get regenerated. So we're going to wait for this lava bubble here. Hold our cap out in front of it so we capture it as soon as possible, and head to arguably the best sub-area in the game. Because it's fun.
Yeah, I like this one too.
This is probably my favourite one.
I like the little forks you just put there.
Wrong way. Okay. So we've essentially just used a load of forks to fling ourselves, and then we're going to capture this one over here because there's a super moon that not a lot of people know about. And then we're going to long jump off this platform and sort of swing ourselves around to capture this one. That's Forks Room. It's the most satisfying room to do, in my opinion. At least of the sub-areas in this game. As soon as we get out, we're going to throw our hat at the lava bubble, which doesn't like us apparently, so we'll grab that one instead. Be careful here, because we don't want to bonk these wooden poles, because we'll get decaptured. There's a little sort of slope that you can jump up there. Usually you'd have to use a cannon, and then we're going to do a wall jump up here to grab a moon that's up here. We can do another spin pound off this cliff and go into a wall, because, yeah. Sorry, the mic's peaking a tad, I can hear. So, grabbing this pan bro means that we can throw stuff at cheese, and there is a switch under the cheese, which we pulled the lever for, which unlocks the rest of the kingdom for us. Back in 1.0, which was like the original release of this game, there was a thing called Turnip Clip. Turnip Clip is what I was trying to say. And you essentially got one of the onion turnip things that we saw earlier that I was throwing into the soup and sort of push it against the cage, so you don't have to go and grab the Pambro and get through the cheese, because you can just sort of clip yourself in. More cutscening, because, well, who knows at this point. I'm gonna go over and grab this lava bubble as soon as I can. I'm gonna jump into this flame, which gets another moon for us. This Spiny can be so annoying sometimes. Whoa. I have no idea why Mario jumped there, because I don't remember jumping, if you will. That's not gonna work. Oh, it's alright. I can maybe set up for it again. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have to go the long way, because now that tomato's in the way, and I'll essentially burn myself if I try and do that triple jump again.
Yeah, that triple jump's kind of hard, in my opinion anyway.
It's alright, but it's the tomatoes that make it annoying, because once you hit them, they just turn into mulch, which doesn't clear. So we have one more multi-moon to get in luncheon, and then we're going to be off to Ruined. So we're going to become meat and shake the meat, because why not? And then we get dropped into a soup by a giant bird, and grab the multi-moon. And that's luncheon pretty much done. There's a bit more cutscening than there is usually at the end of this one. Please stop, controller.
Is it like dead now?
I guess we'll find out.
If we've got extended cutscening happening, does that mean I can quickly do some donations?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I completely forgot donations are a thing.
Oh, how could you?
Oh,
We've had 2 since the last time I checked in with you.
Very nice.
Anonymous donated £3 and did not leave a comment. Nanaki Emmy donated £17.31. Says, got to donate for an awesome charity. Good luck to all runners. That takes our donation total up to £200. That is a fantastic donation total so far, but I know that we can raise even more money for the brilliant, the fantastic special effect. Exclamation mark donate if you are watching on Twitch and you would like to donate and hear your donation read out by me, or if you are in the chat, you can use your phone to scan the barcode on the screen. That will take you to our donation page, once again, where you can donate and have your donation read out by me.
Cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for donating. The Odyssey is going to rumble a little bit here, and there's a cutscene that we're going to skip, which essentially explains why the Odyssey rumbled. But basically, we crashed, and we ended up here in this really deep and dark kingdom. We're going to go up to the top of it to find out what's going on, if I can get past those 4 things. So we're going to grab that to release it, and then grab a invisible wire.
Yeah, and now we're in Dark Souls.
Yeah, welcome to Dark Souls. Any Dark Souls fans? I'm just going to mess around for a bit, because we need to wait for these, what are they? They're like gears or discs or something. They're purple and they're spiky and they're see-through. So once the dragon falls over, once the dragon falls over, we're going to take a damage boost, so that we can grab these key things as early as possible to unlock the dragon's head. That's how we get hits on the dragon. Thankfully, there are 4 hearts located in little hidden mounts across the battle arena, I suppose, which we can use to regenerate our health, which means that we can do the damage boost enough times to beat the boss, which is cool. It's going to fall over again. So we lose one of our lives, parts, and then that means we can grab the keys as soon as possible. And then we're going to do the whole thing one more time. But obviously things are getting more difficult now. So I need to find a way to get here. Because there's a moon here. Okay. Not a moon, rather a light. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try not to. Okay, I'm just going to do the regular way, because I couldn't do the damage boost there. Alright, that's all of the forks done, and that's the annoying dragon being.
Pro.
Which leaves us with 2 more kingdoms left to do. One of them is very difficult, one of them not so difficult. And I'll explain why it's very difficult, or Liam will explain. Depends.
I don't know why it's difficult.
Well, there are 2 bosses, 2 sort of mini-bosses from the characters that we've sort of previously seen, which are sort of like amplified versions, and we only have 3 hearts to do it in, so we can only essentially take damage twice before we die, which is unfortunate. Hopefully it won't happen. And then there is a giant mech boss at the end of the kingdom, which I am going to try and do a fast strategy on, which is, at least for me, it's the hardest strat in the run. So, hopefully big cheers if we get it. But we might not. It's difficult. We'll see. But we have about 5 or 6 minutes of doing stuff before we get to those bosses. So we're leaving Dark Souls now. Sorry, Dark Souls fans. More cutscenes, as per. And welcome to Bowser's Kingdom.
So this kingdom's like on a lot of different islands. So if Frigo's gonna go on these little electric lined invisible things quite a lot. He's gonna grab these like bird things and like stick to the wall and fly up.
There's a moon behind here. So in total in this kingdom we need 8 moons, and 4 of which in total we get from the bosses, so we need to find 4 other moons essentially. Unless my math is once again not my thing. So that's the first moon. The second moon we're going to get in a minute, and then there are 2 more moons for us to grab. This guy's going to sort of lock onto us. We're going to do a backflip and bonk on his head. And yeah, grab this moon.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! So I think my recorded personal best for this entire run is a 114 something. My personal best is a 113. So if this is lower than my recorded run, hopefully I'll be able to submit that to speedrun.com. So it might not be done. It's just in the rare possibility that I get a good time. Next up, we have to collect some moon shards. There's the first one. Second one is going to be above this flame. We're going to do another spin pound. Spin pounds are very good in this game. We're going to dive up to this roof and get the 3rd and 4th. There's number 3. Number 4 is going to be down here. We're going to try and avoid the bombs. And then we're going to grab this Tokyo, which is the official name for the bird. Get rid of that bird. And that's the final moon shard. Whoops, forgot to grab it. So this is the second to last moon that we need to get before the boss moons, and then there is one more that we can get that I'll show you in a second. But this counts as a story moon, as the other one did, which means more cutscening. Climb up these stairs, do a ground pound. Okay. I forgot my inputs. Very good. Thankfully, there's a checkpoint just there, so we can die. Unfortunate. I was supposed to dive, but there's a weird thing where, like, if you leave it too long with your dive, you, like, can't dive, it just ground pounds you instead. There we go. So, that's the moon that's hidden on that sort of ledge, and that's the 4 moons that we need to collect. Or find, and then the other ones are sort of handed to us. We're going back.
The game just said no.
Yeah. I think it was because I was trying to like motion control a roll or something, and I did it too early. And either that, or I was trying to dive, but I was facing the wrong way at the time when I triggered the dive. Alright, 2 bosses time. not going to a good start. We're going to skip a cutscene. This is annoying. This boss is annoying.
Yeah, she's gonna throw these bombs at you, but I think one of them can be really big,
Yeah.
and they can just get in the way. And she's okay, never mind.
The fastest way to do it is the first bombs that she throws, which are the small ones. There's a sort of small window that you can use to throw them onto a head before you have to wait for the big ones, which is how you usually hit them. Saves time. And then you look at the direction as to where Harriet's going to travel, and throw the first bomb that she drops back into her. Okay, that was a really good boss.
Yeah, that was.
That's pretty much how you want the boss to go. So that's one of the two bosses done to get the next moon, and we have another boss over this side, which is our green friend Topper from the First Kingdom. And he gets a bit more difficult here, as you will see.
He gets more hats.
I grabbed the wrong one. Which, once he's in that one. And now he has a lot more hats. We're going to throw a hat at him twice and then go around the side of him. I grabbed the wrong one again. See, as soon as you lose track as to where Topper is, it's a guessing game. It's a complete guessing game. So I might as well just wait until Topper gives up. There he is. And then we're going to do 2 more throws. He's going to go around, and we're going to jump on top of him. And that's those 2 bosses done. Next up is scary. I can tell you that much. There's a strat that we're going to do for this big sort of super mech boss, where usually what you do is shoot bombs into the legs of the boss and then use a Pokeo to climb up the boss so you can poke these 4 capsules that each have one of the rabbit fiend thingies that we've seen before.
The Broodals.
Yeah, the Broodals, that's the official name. What we're going to do is do the first one as intended and then try to stay on top of the mech for the rest of the fight, which is difficult to say the least. At least for me.
Yeah, staying on top of the boss is like really hard.
First we've got some movement to do that. This song's a banger, by the way. It's probably one of my favourite songs in the game, so shout out to the people who made the Super Mario Odyssey music, I guess. So we're going to use this Pokeo to climb 2 very large walls. But if you know what cycles you're going to get, and like where they are, then it's not too bad. Alright, time for fun.
Yahoo!
Alright, so the first one we're going to do as intended, we're going to go around this way, just because it's, I believe, a little bit quicker, or just more convenient. I'm going to grab this Pokeo bird, and we're essentially going to wait until this next bomb drops. There we go. So, okay.
Oh, nice.
We were going to get 2 hits in one there, without having to wait for it, but unfortunately we did. Okay, I'm going to shut up and concentrate. Wait.
Oh.
I'm still on. How am I still on? Damn it. Alright. Well, we didn't get the fastest way, but there is a way that I can back it up. So the next hit I'm probably going to do as you normally would, which is quite a bit slower, but then from that hit, I'm going to try and stay on the mech once again, because it's a bit easier. I'm going to wait for a Pokeo. Fourth one, I think. There we go. Give me the bird. Right. It's going to start moving again, so I'm going to have to wait for the bombs at this point. Don't uncapture the bird. It's not what we want to do. Surprisingly, my controller hasn't died yet, which is...
No, you say that it's going to die.
Watch it. Watch it.
It will die.
Okay, I've messed that up. Alright, we're gonna have to wait another cycle. The thing is though, if I die here, it's not a problem because it means that we can go for the fast one again. And since this is a marathon run, it would be cool to show off.
Go get a heart.
There we go.
Alright.
I can't be bothered.
Fair enough.
So this one, usually, when you do it in one cycle, is the hardest hit to get. Well, I don't want to capture you. Wait, I want to do it from this side. Which means I can do this. Stay on top of the mech, wait for it to finish spinning, and that's the mech done. Alright, so that's pretty much the hardest boss that you have to do in the game. Usually I can sometimes do it in one cycle, as I mentioned, but considering I managed to back it up, I'm not complaining. So that's Bowser's Kingdom done, and now we just have to go to the moon to stop a wedding, because, you know, whenever I get engaged, I decide to book my weddings on the moon.
Same, man.
As you do.
It's like a daily basis to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kingdom that Frigga's gonna go in now, there's like a big like cave section, which I think is about 10 minutes long or something.
It's, well, done fast, it's about 2 or 3 minutes,
Never
but
mind.
in a casual experience, it can be about 10-ish minutes, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip it,
Yeah,
because, as, you know, speedrunning.
we're gonna use a sphinx and like ground pound on it, and then like wall jump in like a certain spot, and that can like lead us up to the castle at the top of the level.
So the, like, Egyptian Sphinx things that you can see, there was one in Sand Kingdom that we didn't mention, and there was one in Lake Kingdom that we skipped. Okay, we only have like 6 or 7 minutes of the run left, so please don't die. It doesn't matter if we do. It doesn't matter if we do. But these Sphinx things, they're quite tall, and there's some slightly weird collision on the wall. So we're going to do a ground pound off the Sphinx, and then do some wall jumps in precise spots, which allows us to skip that, like, long cave section. It wouldn't be another run without cutscenes. Anyone know what time it is? Like, 24-hour clock time as opposed to speedrun time?
5:30.
Oh, just curious.
It is currently 5:30.
Thank you. Right, Final Kingdom. Why did I spin down that? I'm not very good at the moon movement, so essentially what I usually do here is... Alright, so that's not what I usually do. I was trying to do a long jump off the edge of that platform, but instead I dived because... Who knows? Who knows? Second try is the charm. Oh, I nearly did it again. See, the thing is, with this angle, it looks as though you're gonna fall off, but you don't.
If you fall off now, that'd be funny. Okay,
Jinx it, Liam.
You did it.
Yeah, so I did it. We're gonna get over there by using these fast flowers, which flowers that make you go fast. I'm gonna... Okay, never mind, I'll just grab one. Just about made it.
Nice save.
So I'm gonna roll around to the back of this cave, which is where the Sphinx is located. And if we can get this first try, it'd be nice. Okay, not first try. The section that you have to get in the second, well, it's technically third wall jump, can be kind of specific sometimes. There we go.
There you go.
Nice. So second try, not bad. So that skips, like, casually, maybe 10-15 minutes of gameplay. In a speedrun sense, is about 2-3 minutes. And then we're just going to roll up to the chapel, which is conveniently located on the moon. How guests got up there, I'll never know. Skip this cutscene. Spin pound to start a movement, and this is happening. So we're going to skip another cutscene. Skip another cutscene, and it's final boss time.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm gonna hold out my hat as I did in the previous boss. I went back to Bowser. That's unfortunate, but we can do it again. I think it was a... Where have you gone? Oh. It was a little far out in comparison to where I wanted it to be. But that's okay because we managed to get it second time. So that's the first cycle done. Now Bowser's gonna do some flamethrower things. He's going to throw out even more hats than he had last time. And we're going to grab that one. Hold out Y once again. Shake to grab it, and then it skips the whole Bowser running away onto different platforms and then throwing giant spiky fireballs at us. Whoops. Didn't mean to pause the game.
2-player, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Liam, want to do 2-player run after this? Even though the event's closing?
Not really.
Yeah. So more flamethrowers. Should be good now. Okay. So, as you can see, there are a lot more hats. We want that one. Cool. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're going to hit him a couple more times. He's going to do one more spin. And then we're going to hit him again. Final boss done, but we're not quite done yet. Skip cutscene.
Now we get to play as Bowser.
Yeah, finally. We get to control the guy who's been messing our lives up for the past multiple video games.
You gonna do the 2D ball jump thing?
2D skip?
Yeah, that one.
I'm not gonna do 2D skip, but I'll do 2D skip because why not? If I fail it, it's about a 30-second to a minute time loss, but it looks cool. And then there's XD skip, which is similar to 2D skip, except it's a tad easier and saves no time whatsoever. You can do a triple jump up here, which saves me going round. So XD skip, the whole point of it is, well, there is no point of it. Run, please. Then we go into this 2D section, hence why it's called 2D skip. If I can do it, I will. Okay. I'll try it again. If I don't get it, then doesn't matter. So we're back here now, which means we have to do this again. It's fine.
Just don't do it again.
Alright, I'll do XD skip though, because it's funny.
Okay.
And it's a tad easier. Imagine if we didn't get the one that saves time. Oh, wait, I forgot to triple jump. That's a double jump. Imagine if we didn't get the one that saves time, and we did get the one that doesn't. I think that'd be quite funny. So, for the sake of these, I'm gonna destroy these ones. Just come up the slow way. Right, XD skip. Hopefully. Okay, I didn't get either of them, and now I'm dying again. See, okay, no skips next time. No skips. It was worth giving them a shot for marathon purposes, but we want to get this game finished as fast as we can, so we won't be going for any skips.
What was Bowser spinning?
I was thinking about doing a spin pound,
okay, fair enough.
and then I remembered that Bowser can't do spin pounds, because Bowser doesn't roll.
Just decided to spin around.
Right, no skips. Just get the game done with.
You didn't triple jump again.
Yeah, I know, I keep forgetting.
You know, you saved it, it's fine.
Right, no skips. And then after this section, this 2D section, we have to break a couple walls. And then it's the final pillars room, and I will let you know when time is. Unless, of course, you played this game and you already know when time is. So we're going to come up here the normal way. fireball in the distance. I'm going to motion control throw some fireballs at it for the sake of getting it broken quicker. Oh, there's a thing falling on my head. Alright, final room time. So as you'll see, there's 4 pillars there, and we need to destroy them all as fast as possible, because things are collapsing. So I'm going to try and get a few hits in like that. That's actually really good. That's awesome. There's a song playing here that gets really annoying. Some people like it, but when you've heard it a million times in the speedrun, it can get annoying. Right, so that's that one done. Got one more to do. And for this one, I'm going to stand on this solid ground and just chuck them over there if I can line myself up with that. Please don't. And this basically just allows us to do it without actually having to go over there. So I'm going to break this pillar, and then I'm going to capture the wire, and I will call when time is. So time is when I essentially lose control of the game. So I'm going to jump onto this wire, and there's going to be a sort of tussle. And time is now. Time.
Your controller didn't die.
My controller didn't die.
Your controller's goated.
It lives. But yeah, that's Super Mario Odyssey. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the views at home and for the views at Insomnia. Hopefully I displayed a decent enough run of that. What was the final time on that, RTA, if you don't mind?
Your final time was 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 14 seconds.
It's underestimate. It's underestimate.
Almost overestimate.
Yeah. Okay, it's underestimate. We made a couple mistakes, and I think most of that time loss was because I was trying to go for the skips at the very end, which probably wasn't worth it. But it's okay.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon. I tried to showcase them. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. My Twitch is 3gotistical SR for speedrun. Liam, if you want to shout yourself out, please do.
My Twitch is Liam12221 with 3 2s.
3 2s,
Yeah,
4
I
2s.
don't know why I have so many 2s in my name, but
He's confusing.
I do.
But that's all from me. Once again, thanks for watching. And
Shout outs to Pedro Adventures.
yeah, shout outs to Pedro Adventures, TMTM.
Cool.
Shout outs to Jail, great community. Yeah, all the lads in jail. And shout outs to all my friends who were here. Shout outs to all of you for being here. Alright, I'm done.
Alright. Goodbye, guys.
Well, not only is that the end of 3gotistical's run, it is the end of today's speedrunning showcase. There will be no more speedruns on UKSM today. I know, it's so sad, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow bright and early at 10 AM UK time. For those of you that may not be in the UK watching on Twitch, it's UK time, so please do come back to enjoy all of the great speedruns tomorrow, where we try to raise even more money for the fantastic charity Special Effect. We'll see you guys then.